introduce you to Enya Music Cyber G guitar, this hybrid guitar instrument. Thank you to Enya Music for sending me a piece to try it out, and we'll explore together all the options of this instrument and who could it be useful for. So let's dive into it. Hybrid smart backing guitar. Revolution for performing musicians who can't play the actual guitar. Guitar case. Wow, it feels amazing. It's beautiful turquoise color I asked them for. Plug it in. And here you go. The whole hybrid guitar is plastic with some rubber on the fretboard, but I was really impressed with the quality. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. If you look closely, you can't see any imperfections. It's all nice and smooth. They also provide this stand. You can just like put them together like this, have them somewhere in a corner wherever you prefer to practice. It also arrives with this little microphone. You can connect this microphone directly to the guitar, to the Cyber guitar, via Bluetooth. It's a wireless mic. And then it has a speaker here, so the microphone as well as the guitar play through this speaker. It also has an output jack as normal guitars would have. Over here it has a headphone jack and USB. This allows you to plug it into an amplifier, into a PA set of speakers for performances, and the headphone jack is brilliant because you can practice on it and play all night. So overall, impressed with the quality. Impressed with the whole package. They also give you a bunch of stickers. Remember easier where which chord is on the fretboard. And there's some branded stickers as well if you want to feel cool about the whole thing and let the world know that you have a great new hybrid guitar. First of all, let's cover all the functionality that's on the instrument itself. So on this side, on the fretboard, you have 21 blocks to put chords, then the controls of the octaves of the right hand and sustain and drum beats and tap tempo. And you can switch between two patterns which are customizable through the app. You can download and change them based on what style you're looking for. This button is transposition button. So you have a loop in one key, and if I push it, I move it a semitone higher. The lights on the fretboard indicate where am I. So the first one would be C major, then we have C sharp, D, all 12 keys, depending on how many times you... And it changes instantly, so you can do it in the middle of the song if you need to. You can use it for your singing warm-ups. Na 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 na. I just thought of it right now, but it's really cool because normally on the piano you need to kind of change the keys and remember all of that. This is a very useful thing for singing warm-ups, by the way. Anyways, so at the back of the neck, I don't know if you can see it, there's Roman numbers, and these signify the harmonic functions in each key. So this would be a chord that's built on the first step of the scale. Then I would move to the second chord of the scale, which would be D minor, then B minor, then F, 4 chord, so-called, then G, A minor, and B half diminished. So this next one, the middle part, controls sustain. So if I press it, and now I play piano, it will hold the note. Press it again, and now the sustain is switched off. The top part brings the right hand octave down. And this is really cool because you can notice it even changes the color. You immediately know which octave you're in. So this is the normal octave, and the same notes octave lower. And this square here has also 3 functions. The middle one is tap tempo. So when you tap on it, it will pick up the interval between your taps and set up the tempo of the whole instrument, of all the loops, into your desired tempo. So if I want to be really fast, if I'm gonna go quite slow, the bottom part of this field switches on the drums. gives you a fill to start with. It works quite naturally. I was impressed how sort of intuitive it was. People who are making it really thought through what musicians on the stage need and how to make it easy for them. So shout out to Enya Music. Brilliant work, guys. I really enjoy that. And the top part is a fill. Let's say I want to do a transition in the song, so I press. And then I can start with the chords. So I'm controlling it, I'm still playing. The instrument is highly interactive. It allows me to make mistakes, and it's not as easy as it might look at first or feel at first. This beautiful big button here has two functions. If you press it on the left side and hold it, it turns red and stops all sounds immediately and shows you how much battery you have left. On my right side of the button, it changes a preset for the loop. Picking, strumming. Once we get to the up, you'll see that you can modify and customize all of this. So it's not just you have two rhythms and that's it. They have plenty of rhythms that are useful for a whole bunch of different styles. So we'll get to that. This little button, remember how I told you about this one, about changing the keys. This one, when it's pressed on, adjusts the piano to the key you're currently in. So let's say take this into E. So now we're in E. So if I switch it off, now this is my E, and then the C wouldn't go, yeah, but now switch it on, and now this would be my E. It changed. So I'm playing in as in C, but what we hear is E major. This is cool if you don't want to learn all the scales on the piano, and it's also really good that it's possible to switch it off for people who want to play a little bit outside of key and make their licks and runs and melodies a little bit more spicy. So I quite like that you have the versatility of the simplicity, but also you have the option to go outside of the comfort zone a little bit and learn to play properly. Imagine all the people living life in peace. The Cyber G has two playing modes. The one I'm in right now is called sing and play mode, where I need both hands to trigger the chord loops like this. So now you basically turn into a guitar player or a piano player who want to play their instrument and sing, sort of like a songwriter type. Any of these keys, when you press them, it lights up beautifully and it switches on the loop. Now the loop is quite short, as you could notice. What it does, it plays you 2 beats. 1, 2, and then it stops. When it finishes, you need to press it in time again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is how you play. You don't need to spend months of trying to figure out the guitar technique, but you still need to be able to press these buttons in time, and that makes it a little bit more musical than you first would think. So you need to press it each time you want to play and continue. Now when you play the black key, it gives you this arpeggiated strum to finish off your songs and things like that. The drums and everything in this sing and play mode work as well. So imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Woohoo! See, made some mistakes there. It's cool. It's fun. It's fun to play, but easy and accessible. The other mode is called solo mode. You simply change it by pressing the button, and now without my right hand I can trigger the loop here. And my right hand is free to play melody over here. You can choose from 8 different sounds for the right hand. So we have an electric piano, we have electric guitar, we have guzheng, a Chinese instrument, we have melodica, flute, and organ, and then synth as well. and normal piano. In the right hand, we have guitar. And then if you press this button right here, it turns into a different kind of loop. You can modify all of these in the app, so the options are really limitless. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it later in this video. Let me now switch this block, this replaceable piece, with this little piece. They call this a pick, guitar pick. And the idea is simple. This little thing, when you press it down, it's sort of like you would be plucking with your guitar pick. The movement is kind of simple. So this is really mainly for the sing and play mode. Same thing. Let's switch back to the guitar. And let's try a different song. Let's try and go to G major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Here we go. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. So when I now press up, it does the arpeggio. These still work. So if I now switch it back to the solo mode, it's very sensitive to touch, and it's quite nice. And you can quite easily create melodies on that. And this now functions for switching the instrument. So let's find the electric guitar and play some cool solo. So this pick module is brilliant for someone who doesn't necessarily want to play piano and will likely use the Cyber guitar in a sing and play mode anyways. Let's now dive into the app. Once you pair Cyber G with the app, you can see at the top you have 3 different presets that are signified on the guitar itself with different colors here at the top around the volume knob. And amongst those presets, you can always choose from solo or sing and play mode. So right now I have preset 1 in solo mode. That means that I can play things here, and here I'm triggering the loops with just one hand. Now if I go to the app and switch it into the sing and play mode, now it doesn't do anything, see? So I need to, that's the other one I talked about. On the right from it, you have the chord pad setting. You just choose based on the Roman numbers on the fretboard. On the left, you have the top part of the block. On the right, you have the bottom part of the block. And in the middle is the biggest part of the block. So let's change this one to major 7. So now I have C major. And then C major 7. And let's put this one into C7. So I still have C, but now I have different qualities of C. So let's change F, for example, into F7 as well. And here we'll go for F minor, and then we'll do G7 and also G sus4 here. And now I can do this little fancy chord progression. Very Beatlesy. Yeah, so you don't have to be worried if you like songs with more interesting chords. You can achieve that on this guitar too. Okay, let's move on to the next setting. So remember how I told you about this big button and I can have 2 presets. Notice even when I press it now, it reacts immediately in the app and changes the presets. So we have soft beat now. So let's try and change it into She Told Me. Slightly different. Let's try You're All I See. Here let's try Technique and A Little Lamb. So now we have a picking technique. Let's try reggae, for example. I'm quite curious about that. Okay, not only can you change the loops for the one preset, but you can also change the backing, so the drums and bass. I forgot to mention it also plays bass when you play the chords along. And let's try and change the backing into safe. So let's try play. Let's change the tempo. we have this groovy type of drums. Let's try Mum's Words. Now I'm changing the backing. Now much more straight. Pretty cool. So you can change different rhythms. You can pick from different techniques. You can also pick from different time signatures: 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, and 6/8. So you can set this up based on your song with the rhythm number 1, and then let's say the song has 2 different sections. So I want to adjust rhythm number 2 as well. So let's go with piano here. I want to change to piano for some reason, and let's go with maple. Okay, and let's go from 3/4. So let's say we have a crazy song that switches from 4/4 to 3/4. Na 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 na. Here you go. At the bottom you can see the key selection, so you don't have to do it on the actual fretboard if you don't like it. You can switch on and off the scratching sound. The app is really intuitive. You can also heart your favorites and save them for later and then view them through this little button. You can select the instruments here for the right hand in the solo mode. You can switch the bass guitar in the backing track on and off as well. And one thing I was really fascinated by and really amazes me is this music score part, where you can find courses and songs, and they have prepared lyrics and chords you can follow along, and the app reacts in the real time on what you're doing, and the instrument lights up in the areas where the chord needs to be played. This is really mind-blowing in my opinion. So let's pick a song here. Let's do Coldplay. It's already showing me where to start. And it shows me, okay, this is number 4. And okay, we are in sing and play, so I need to press both. I'm just following what the app is showing me. It is possible to connect the microphone and the app at the same time. As I mentioned, I'm recording everything through this microphone, so what you're hearing is coming through the speaker. And yeah, you can just put the microphone in the stand and go and have yourself a karaoke session. I wasn't chanting just like this. I've been reading books of old and legends and myths, the testaments they told. And you can do the drums as well. It's very interactive. It's following your playing and shows you exactly which letter in the word you should press the chord on. So you have a whole library of songs. You can just search what you like, and they keep updating them, as well as the app and the firmware of the instrument. So it's a living thing, and it's, in my opinion, a new, entertaining, very innovative way of enjoying music and making it social activity that can be really accessible to everyone. One more really cool thing is that you can actually detach this module and still play it. And now you can add this module, and you can basically combine both of the modes. So now you have the sing and play mode, but you also have this little keyboard that your friends can join you on. This absolutely blew my mind, because this allows you to play, for example, with your kids. Maybe you'll teach them Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and you on your Cyber G can accompany them. Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what we are. Actually, let me try this with my wife.
2, 1, go.
So in conclusion, I would say this could be a really great instrument for someone who wants to get into music in an entertaining and fun way, wants to connect with their friends, maybe loves karaoke, maybe loves playing a little bit of guitar and piano. It could be really great for people who want to accompany themselves at the open mic, play at home with their families, sing songs and play with their kids, but at the same time they don't have time, or it's a bit too difficult for them to learn an instrument properly, like learn a guitar, learn a piano. It's probably not an instrument you would use for professional recording. It's for people who want to go busking, for example. You even have a speaker here. You can technically just pick it up in this case, take it with you with the microphone, maybe grab a stand and start busking straight out of the bag. It's not fully playing instruments, and yes, you don't get the nuance and the expression. The loops are pre-recorded and you just press a button and whatever's there is there. But I kind of see it as a spectrum, where on one side you have a human voice, which is the closest instrument we have. Then you have instruments which are already a little bit removed, and then you have backing tracks all the way here, and Cyber G would be somewhere around here. Kind of an instrument, but also a backing track machine. Cyber G gives you a really unique option to be musically creative without necessarily knowing a whole lot about music, and the app kind of jives with the whole system. It allows you to create songs and tracks and sing your favorite song in sort of enhanced karaoke style. So I absolutely love it. If you'd love to get one of these either for yourself or for your family member as a gift, Enya Music were so kind that they gave me a discount code you can all use, 20% off. To use it, simply add Fana Cyber at the checkout and you can get 20% off your Cyber G. That's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this test and review, this brand new Cyber G hybrid guitar from Enya Music. If you have any questions about anything I forgot to mention today, just leave them in the comments and I will see you in the next video. Keep it funky.